Fight Live returns to Channel 5 this Friday. Two of Britain's most exciting super lightweights collide at London's legendary York Hall. Don't miss Eubank vs Farrell this Friday on Channel 5.
I'm going to share something with you. That might put me in a very negative light, yeah.
Relationships are not my forte.
See if someone grabbed up my wife or something, completely different ballgame.
I'll walk away from it, and this has been like a therapy session.
This is Joe Pugh for IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. Well, Eddie, that was interesting. It started off nice, quiet, thought it'd be friendly. You got the calmness of Jermaine Franklin, then suddenly Jesse Anderson comes involved, and explosive is the word to put it.
Yeah, mind games, I think. I think Jesse Anderson wanted to get in the mind of Dillian Whyte, and I think he got there in the end. But, you know, he wanted to say, he said, you're a wounded lion, you've just been knocked out, and we're going to knock you out again. And obviously, Dimitri Salita piped up in the head-to-head, and Dillian Whyte was ready to go with everybody. So I like that from Dillian Whyte, because that's the Dillian Whyte we need to see. That's the dangerous Dillian Whyte. Talk about maximum violence, talk about this rugged animal. That's what makes Dillian Whyte the fighter he is. So it's brought that out. Beef, yeah, borderline beef. IFL probably call it massive beef, but it's a good fight. You know, a massive fight for Dillian Whyte. And this kid can really fight Jermaine Franklin. And Dillian Whyte's going to have to be ready to go on Saturday.
I think past couple of fights we've seen quite a calm Dillian in the build-up to the fight. Tyson really befriended him. It was all laughing and joking in the build-up to that. But the fact that Jesse's now got under his skin, is that a sign that Dillian is fired up for this fight on Saturday night?
I'm glad. I want Dillian Whyte to be fired up for this fight. I don't want him to be chilled. And Tyson done a great job of befriending him, like you said, the weighing, cuddling, and all this sort of stuff. Dillian Whyte's left the building. He wants to do a job on Jermaine Franklin. Oh, and by the way, his entire team as well. That's the Dillian Whyte that makes Dillian Whyte what he is. You don't want to get in the ring and fuck with Dillian Whyte. He's a nightmare. But he didn't show that against Tyson Fury. And Tyson Fury's a great fighter. Go in there on Saturday night and take this guy out. Make it a street fight if you want, whatever you have to, because that way you might be unbeatable, you know. And Franklin fancies it, Jesse fancies it, Salita fancies it. Like I said, it's a really tough fight, but an edgy Dillian Whyte is a dangerous Dillian Whyte, and that's what we want to see on Saturday.
You fucking stupid bozo, I think was the words that come out of Dillian's mouth there, but you want that beef, don't you? You want it, and I think I saw you with the security guard saying, no, leave it.
Like, look, that was never going to kick off in a violent way, like, but let them talk. But, you know, security did a good job. I was like, hey, guys, all right. Like, they're trying to usher everybody out. I was like, whoa. It's good for the views. So, but again, that's what we want to see. We want it to mean something, and it clearly means something because it's a very important fight for his career.
We touched on Gorman Wardley yesterday, but just want to go through the whole card. First of all, is there any worry over Craig Richards? He didn't turn up yesterday, didn't turn up today. Is he still going to be fighting on the card?
I believe so. I mean, as I said, he's not here for personal reasons, but we'll talk later on that. I expect him to fight on Saturday night. Wardley Gorman, tremendous fight. We debated that fight. I still can't believe that that Gorman is a 3-1 outsider. I think it's a 50-50 fight. I think they're both very good heavyweights in their own right, and that fight could really headline any card. Sandy Ryan's got a very tough fight against Anahi Sanchez. Can't wait to see Pat McCormack and Mark Dickinson, Chev Clark in action, George Liddard, many others as well, Thomas Carty, and a really good night of boxing.
We touched on Tyson Fury yesterday, but I want to get more in depth on Anthony Joshua. Is it a case of just waiting to see what happens Saturday night before we make any development with his next moves?
Yeah, I think it's really about him just confirming his training camp, his training team. The date is virtually locked in. We're going to look at who wins on Saturday night. Do you go straight into that fight? Do you have one first? Lots to consider. But ultimately as well, AJ's ready to go. He must box 3 times next year. That'll be in March, maybe first week of April, back end of the summer, and then December. So he wants a massive year. We're very excited to see him return, and not too far away from an Anthony Joshua announcement.
Will he be there on Saturday night?
Probably not. I believe he's away at the moment, just chilling out. But he'll definitely be tuned in, and if he's back, he'll be there 100%.
What's the chances we get to see at least his date announced before the end of the year?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, we're probably, we could be days away from a date. But definitely in the next week or so, want to get that date locked in, get everybody excited. We want to bring a massive year of boxing in 2023, and AJ's at the forefront of that. So looking forward to getting that announced for sure before the end of the year. I think maximum, my favourite 2 weeks, you'll definitely have an AJ announcement.
It's now been a week since you had your sit down with Coogan, and you said that you're welcoming Lawrence Okoli to come into the office and talk through it. Has there been any contact whatsoever in that week that's gone past?
No, there hasn't. I mean, again, it's all very strange. I like Lawrence, and I haven't really got a lot of negative things to say about him. I think just it's very confusing when we've done the job that we've done, why we should be in this situation. But I also understand that boxing is a bizarre sport and business where people listen to all kinds of people that have no idea of any commercial reality. But we've invested heavily in Lawrence Okoli. At times we've lost a lot of money, but we've done a great job. We've always been true to our word, and we expect him to be as well.
Last one then. You've spoke about how now PBC have come back to you about a potential Deontay Wilder fight. With the fact, Team Wilder, do you think now that we're seeing the Garcia Tank fight happen, the cross promotional platforms, do you think that gives you more hope and we could see Deontay Wilder potentially on DAZN, potentially on Fox, Showtime?
I think that you always need that first fight, and the fact that Gervonta Davis is going to fight on DAZN is brilliant for the platform, and so he should, by the way. Like, DAZN is a huge platform, and it's great that Stephen Espinoza, Joe Markowski, all these people have got together to make it happen. Hopefully it paves the way for bigger fights that can be shared across platforms, and obviously Wilder against AJ could be one of those.
You think you can get Wilder in the UK?
Yeah, I think we'd be under huge pressure from many countries to stage that fight, but it's definitely a fight that we want to make happen in 2023.
Excellent. Eddie, thank you very much for speaking to IFL TV. Hope to catch you tomorrow.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers.
Fight Live returns to Channel 5 this Friday. Two of Britain's most exciting super lightweights collide at London's legendary York Hall. Don't miss Eubank vs Farrell this Friday on Channel 5.
I'm going to share something with you. That might put me in a very negative light, yeah.
Relationships are not my forte.
See if someone grabbed up my wife and saying completely different ballgame.
I'll walk away from it, and this has been like a therapy session.